I won't be the first nor the last person to compare Tom Brady and Joe Burrow, but they're on the same trajectory and they have a ton in common. Don't believe me? Just watch. Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals Talk. And yes, Tom Brady's in the news this week, as is Joe Burrow, for much different reasons. One guy, well, he played 22 seasons, won 7 Super Bowls, and decided to hang up his cleats. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow is going to his first Super Bowl. And yeah, you've heard the comparisons. I'm not the first person. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of comparisons. But the week started with Joe Burrow and the Bengals winning an AFC championship. Something that Tom Brady certainly used to during his days in New England, his 20 seasons in New England. He won 9 AFC championships. So something he's done. And, well, Tom Brady talked with Joe Burrow on the Let's Go podcast, and this is where everything begins. We're going to go here, and then we're going to move all around, but Joe Burrow recalls a moment early in Tom Brady's career that stuck with him, that helped shape him as a quarterback. Here's Joey B.
Kind of piggybacking on that toughness that Tom was talking about. I kind of, my earliest memory of something like that from a quarterback was when, Tom, I think you were playing the Bills maybe, or the Titans, and you were running to the right, and you slid, and somebody just knocked your head off. Helmet goes flying.
Yeah,
And,
Nate Clements.
Yeah, you got up so fast, and I saw that, and I was like, I want to be like that. I'm going to do that. I forget how old I was. I was probably in middle school at this point. But I just remember that vividly and trying to model myself after that.
Brady went on to praise Burrow and his toughness and his ability to get up. And we've seen Burrow get up, right? From huge hits. He takes those big hits and then he gets up. Well, turns out he might have learned that from a young Tom Brady in 2004, where you heard it, Nate Clements, who actually ended up playing for the Bengals, but at the time was with the Bills, and just knocked Brady's socks off and his helmet literally off, and Brady popped right back up. And so that's the first of many ties that we will compare. Another one, and it's pretty simple. You can hear it from anyone, including me, right? The pre-snap stuff in the ability that Joe Burrow has to not only live, breathe, eat football, but watch football, digest it at a high level, and know what he's seeing when he's on the field. Well, obviously, Brady has all of those traits, and he's great pre-snap, and he understands what defenses are trying to do. But don't take my word for it from a football perspective. ESPN's Dan Orlovsky compared the way Burrow played against the Chiefs in the AFC title game to Tom Brady and the way Brady would play in such a game.
When it comes to Joe Burrow, Scott, I hope I don't make you jump out of your chair, but it was the most Tom Brady-like performance. Just watching it, you actually did. Well, you didn't jump. It was
I just got out of my chair.
Yeah. It was the most Tom Brady-like performance, right? In regards to two things. Situational football. Like, this is the situation. What do I have to do to make the right play for this play? I'm just going to go get my first down. And then the ownership at the line of scrimmage. I always say this, quarterbacks, every play you are getting asked a question by the defense. You better have the answer.
The next thing, pretty simple. Both guys are leaders. And yeah, they lead in their own way, and one might be a little louder than the other, right? Brady will certainly voice his frustration differently than Joe Burrow at this stage of their career, but they're both leaders. And part of that is relating to the locker room. And I think Joe Burrow does a really good job of this because he's all business at moments. And then other moments, when there's a time to dance, he'll dance. They'll both dance. And that's certainly something that we've seen. Brady, not afraid to dance. Joe Burrow, probably better at dancing, not afraid to dance either. That's the next thing that just ties them together, that makes them similar. And you're like, James, come on. You're reaching here a little bit. You're reaching. Okay, well, they also have some of the same music interests. And this part was interesting. And yeah, you might say, James, you spend too much time on social media. What are you doing reading between the tea leaves here? Well, one of the playlists that I listen to regularly on Spotify is Tom Brady's workout playlist. It's got a lot of songs, I would say, from my generation, even though Brady's older than me, whether it's 50 Cent's Many Men or different songs like that, Jay-Z's Public Service Announcement, or a newer song, Yes Indeed, by Lil Baby and Drake. And it's, okay, well, Joe Burrow doesn't have his own workout playlist that we know of yet. Maybe he probably has one put together, but it's not public to my knowledge. But you know what is public? His Instagram. And guess what caption Joe Burrow used after the AFC Championship game on Instagram? Song lyrics from Lil Baby and Drake from the song Yes Indeed. Cartier glasses. I will never peek at you. There you go. There you go. That's it. And I might have butchered the lyrics a little bit because I'm recording this on the fly. You get my point, though, is that is another tie in this Brady-Burrow thing. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the GOAT, and that's what Tom Brady is, right? I mean, you see him right there. The GOAT, he's retired. 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 wins, 7 rings he's got on his fingers. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow has a chance to get his first ring. Tom Brady won his first ring at the age of 24. He was 24 and a half years old. He was the youngest quarterback in history to do it at the time, to win a Super Bowl. No longer the case. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow just turned 25 years old. Just turned 25. So similar there. Who are they playing? The Rams. Who was favored in that game? The Rams. Against Brady, the Rams were heavily favored. Against Burrow, the Rams heavily favored. There's just so many tea leaves, right? And we could go into the football aspect. Neither one has a huge arm, right? They don't have the Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers skill set. Burrow's certainly more athletic than Brady, but both are great and have great pocket presence. They're both extremely, extremely accurate. The list goes on and on and on. And while there are differences, the idea of Burrow taking the torch from Brady, well, man, you could certainly see the path to doing that. By the way, the New England Patriots, before Tom Brady resurrected that franchise, there wasn't a lot of optimism that year. There really wasn't. In fact, they were considered one of the worst teams. And then Brady took the reins and things started to look up, and that defense for the Patriots started to take off. Oh, wait, the Bengals defense is taking off. There's a lot of parallels here, a lot of them. But they stop, at least to a degree, if Burrow and the Bengals don't get it done against the Rams. But for those that think it's crazy comparing the two, it's not crazy. Burrow grew up watching Brady, certainly took some stuff from Brady. It doesn't necessarily take everything from him, but there are parallels, there are similarities, and I think that's a lot of fun for Bengals fans. Maybe it's not. Maybe I enjoyed this more than you did, but I think that the similarities are quite interesting. So for more on Super Bowl 56, for more on the Bengals, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have a ton leading up to the game. We already have a ton on the game if you have missed any of our other videos. And until next time, Burrow, Brady, next time you're in that conversation, don't dismiss it because, yeah, there are definitely similarities there. For our editor, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.